Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvitsesa Sunyavadi Prasatade Sautarine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava. Gopichana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Gopichana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Yasodanandana Brajajanuranjana Yasodanandana Brajajanuranjana Yamuna Chiravanachare Jaya Kunja Bihare Jaya Kunja Bihare Yamuna Chiravanachare Jaya Kunja Bihare Jaya Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasare Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Bhaktavinda ki, Guntaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Hare Krishna, everybody. It's nice to have you. You chose to be here this morning. So, I am too. So, got an opportunity to study a little bit. I guess if we don't give class, probably we don't study so much. So it's a way for me to get back to my scriptures, study of the scriptures. So Krishna arranged that I should be giving a talk this morning, morning class Bhagavatam. Just give me a second, I'll just find this. Is it verse 423-29? 423-29? Oh, it's not written there. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 23, text 29. Matrya vacha stuvatisu amarastrisu stuvatisu amarastrisu patilokam gatavada. You got the right verse? Okay. Patilokam gadavada yam tva atma vidam duryo Yamba Atma Vidam Duryo Venya Prapachyuta Tashraya Venya Prapachyuta Shraya Matraya Vacha Stuvatishu Amarastrishu. Okay, let's do it like this. Stuvatishu Amaratishu Patilokam Gatavada Vadu. Sorry. Patilokam Gada Vadu Yam Va Atma Vidam Duryo Venya Prapachyuta Shraya Prapachyuta Tasriya. Okay, good. Got it. Hare Krishna. What meaning? Matriya Vacha. The great sage Matriya continued to speak. The great sage Matriya, okay, repeat after me. The great sage Matriya it's okay, just hear me, and even if it's not there, you can. The great sage Matriya continued to speak. Stuvatishu, while glorifying. Amarastrishu, by the wives of the denizens of heaven. Patilokam, the planet where the husband had gone. Gata, reaching. Vadhu, the wife. Yam, where. Va, or. Atmavidam, of the self-realized souls. Dhuriya, the topmost. Venya, the son of King Vena. Prithu Maharaj. Prabha, obtain Achyuta Ashraya, under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. The great Saint Matriya continued speaking, by my dear Vidura, when the wives of the denizens of heaven were thus talking among themselves, Queen Archi reached the planet which her husband Maharaj Prithu, the topmost self-realized soul, had attained. Okay, repeat after me. The great Saint Matriya continued speaking. My dear Vidura, when the wives of the denizens of heaven were thus talking among themselves, Queen Archi reached the planet which her husband, Maharaj Prithu, the topmost realized soul, had attained. According to various scripture, a woman who dies with the husband, who enters into the fire in which her husband is burning, also enters the same planet her husband attains. In this material world, there is a planet known as Patiloka, just as there is a planet known as Pitriloka. But in this verse, the word Patiloka does not refer to any planet within this material universe. For Prithu Maharaj, being topmost among self-realized souls, certainly returned home back to Godhead and attained one of the Vaikuntha planets, Queen Archie also entered Patiloka, but the planet is not in the material universe. For she actually entered the planet which her husband attained. In the material world also, when a woman dies with her husband, she again unites with him in a next birth. Similarly, Maharaj Prithu and Queen Archie united in the Vaikuntha planet. In the Vaikuntha planet, they are husband and wife, but there is no question of their giving birth to children or having sex life. In the Vaikuntha planet, both husband and wives are extraordinarily beautiful, and they are attracted to one another, but they do not enjoy sex life. Indeed, they consider sex not to be very relishable, because both husband and wife are always absorbed in Krishna consciousness, in glorifying and chanting the glories of the Lord. According to Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, a husband and wife can turn the home into a place as good as Vaikuntha, even while in this material world being absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Even in this world, husband and wife can live in Vaikuntha simply by installing the deity of the Lord within the home and serving the deity according to the direction of the Shastra. In this way, they will never feel the sex urge. That is the test of advancement in devotional service. One who is advanced in devotional service is never attracted by sex life, and as soon as one becomes detached from sex life and proportionately attached to the service of the Lord, he actually experiences living in the Vaikuntha planet. In the ultimate issue, there is actually no material world. But when one forgets the service of the Lord and engages himself in the service of his senses, he is said to be living in the material world. Read the verse and translate again. Stuvatishu amarastishu patilokam gata vadhu yam va atma vidam duryo venya prapa chutas shrayaha. The great Srimad continued speaking. My dear Vidura, when the wives and the denizens of heaven were thus talking among themselves, when Archie reached the planet which her husband, Maharaj Prithu, the topmost realized soul, had attained, Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyanandana Shalakya Chaksurin Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. All right. This, can you believe this? This laptop is typing itself. Huh? What is that? Maybe GPT. And the artificial intelligence is working my thing. All right. Hare Krishna. So, it's a very beautiful verse. This is the ultimate conclusion of one's human life. Example given by Prithu Maharaj, who is, known to be an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are many. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyanandana Shalakya Chakshmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Krishna Ekacheta Madhavoha Vinashakarim Mariksha Prabhu Prabhupada Swami Dusavidi Paribudi Mandabudim Sanchintayami Taranota Bhakti Yedu. So, the life lesson that we learn from Pitu Maharaj's life, his own life, that we can apply it to our own spiritual life. So Lord is so merciful that that He time to time, directly, indirectly, try to help us to come back to Him. And then one may not missing the association of the Lord so much unless one is advanced spiritually, that they want to be with the Lord and nowhere else, in His, just to be in His service at His Lotus feet. But the Lord, it's not surprising that the Lord has His arms open and He's just waiting for everybody to come back. There was a question raised once that what will happen if everybody just go back to Krishna? What will happen to this material universe? Or all the other material universe that's been created? Then Maharaj answered that who laments, who really regrets if somebody owning thousands of cows, then one go missing, anyone will worry about it. For the Lord to make this material creation to disappear, Radhanath Ki. Something, I've been traveling, I'm thinking of other deities. so we've been a few temples recently. So, and then, anyway, we got a most beautiful deities here, a most beautiful temple. Wonderful festival, amazing. People, those who travel out of South Africa know, and they can hear, those who've been here, or they know how this preaching of this yatra is so powerful, so big. It's amazing, inspiring for other part of the world. As devotees talking about the glories of this place. All right, coming back to the topic. So who will lament? If somebody owns so many cows, in one go missing. So that for the Lord to dissolve this whole material universe, the material creation is nothing. What's the loss? So for Him, it's not a big deal for Krishna to just, to dissolve the whole place. But in fact, this creation is created for us because we desire, for the conditioned soul, they want to be, master of their own activities and make them feel in control. So the Lord, just like a father would just say, okay, fine, you want to be independent, here is it, go make a life independently. But doesn't mean the father is rejecting the children and hoping that the children will never make it or they have some problems. But He wants to make them realize on their own, because the Lord has not created robots. He has created human beings with feelings, with minute independence that you can use. You can perfect your life in that way. So Prabhupada, towards the end of this purport, Prabhupada mentioned that what is material world and what is spiritual world? We always cursing the material world. We say, we're cursing to be in the material world, and then we say we better be in the spiritual world. On other planets, we want to discover to have a better life. Prabhupada made a point that he said that spiritual and material is just only here. The way of life, and the famous saying, a devotee can be anywhere. For him, if you have this the holy names, he can survive just by chanting of the holy name. The yogis are just chanting the name, the mantra of the Lord, and they're surviving. And it doesn't matter what situation they are. So that's how the name of the Lord, His qualities, pastime, His temples, His books, all this is non-different from. Yeah. So coming to what this verse and the purport Prabhupada mentioned few points. They also pick out maybe 3 points from there. So Prabhupada emphasized on Grihas Ashram. On Grihas Ashram, on it's one decide to, from Brahmacharya Ashram, we decide to go in a Grihas Ashram, and because Grihastha, Griha Maidi and Grihastha, okay, Griha means a house. But Astha, the word Astha means, it's got different meanings of Astha. One meaning is one who is concentrated, focused. And Griha Maidi, Griha means house, but Maidhi means the one who is jealous or envious. So when one take up the from Brahmacharya ashram, go to Grihastha ashram, he either become a Grihastha or a Griha Maidi. So Grihastha, he has, everything is auspicious, the arrangement he makes. A Grihastha, he has planned to make Krishna in the center of his life, and all other things is just secondary. Yeah. But a Griha Maidi, his occupation, his business, bank balance, children, wives, is everything. Yeah. Because he made all these things to be his, and he's a doer, he's a controller, he's the one. I'm the man in the house, I'm the controller. I'm an Ishwar. So, and then what happened? Because he wanted to make this living as a Griha Maidi, so he tend to become envious of other Grihastha who are doing better than him. He becomes jealous. The neighbor will talk, the wife will talk to her husband. They bought a car, we need a car, They got a better life, they got this thing. All of this, they're like, oh. So we tend to become envious. We don't want to be in that situation, do we? But are we? So a Grihastha, example, the quotation given by Bhakti Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that how the Grihastha, he can turn his living at home, make his home a temple, and then he makes the living condition as Vaikuntha, as good as Vaikuntha. Where Vaikuntha means where there's no anxieties. And then, sadly, 80% of people in the world have mental problem. They suffer from mental situation. There's not really disease. 80% of people, they have this problem of not getting things right. You can get everything in the world, in material world, but there's always some disturbance. Always, there are these three suffering, devas, other living entities. But the biggest issue is this, how do you call that? Atmika? What? Yeah, this problem with the mind. Yeah. When this problem with the mind, then everything go away. Man evaye manushyanam kananam banda mokshaya bandaya vishaya sango muktayani vishaya manaha. So the mind, you can question the mind, put the blame on the mind. Like today I came a little bit late, I put the blame on the traffic. So I got stuck in the traffic. In fact, I got stuck in the traffic. But I'm saying we always want to blame the mind. But the mind is not acting independently. The mind is not acting independently. The mind is under control of the intelligence. The intelligence is controlling the mind. So we can't put the blame on the mind. But however, never mind. It says mind is it can be, you're dealing with a sharp blade. A blade, you can go, whoever has shaved here, you can do a nice shaving. If you just not paying attention while you're shaving, you can You can sigala, no? You can slice yourself, you can cut yourself. Then, so, but what happened here? Are we blaming the blade? Oh, we're blaming the intelligence because the way you should be holding the blade, most of the time we buy an item, we don't read the direction, you see? We just throw the packaging and we just use the item, and when item giving problem, then we want to find what the direction we are through, you know? So it had to be done from. So, manevaya manusharam karanam, the cause, bandaya, cause of attachment, suffering, and mukti, they can give you mukti as well. Mukta nirvisaya manaha. So how we, Grihastha ashram, we tend to criticize sometimes. They are attached, or they are living in a material world. They're working. We tend with this tendency of criticizing. It comes so easily. Just say, if you think out of the temple, you are in Maya. You are Grihastha, you are in Maya. So, but who takes care of the brahmachari? Who takes care of the sannyasi? Who takes care? Is a Grihastha. If you travel around the world in different centers, who are really managing the temples? Are the Grihasthas. So, one thing that Grihastha should come right so that the temple can be running smoothly without any chaos. But to be a good Grihastha, you got to be a good brahmachari. If you are running all direction as a brahmachari, then how can you be a good Grihastha? But are we encouraging Grihastha ashram? Are we? No. Are we discouraging Grihastha ashram? No. Right? Are we saying Grihastha ashram is good? No. Are we saying Grihastha ashram is bad? No. Then you will ask me, Prabhu, if everything is no, what is this? It's what I said earlier, is it come in a consciousness that how you actually leading your life, that's the most important. Grihetako vanetako, sadahari bhuletako, shuke dukhe bhuyatako, sadahari naam burade. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained in a simple way in his songs. All his songs in philosophy. He put a philosophy in a song. You can preach by singing a song and reading the translation of the song. That he said, doesn't matter. Any ashram you are, any varna you are, or you're brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, or you are a brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, and shudra. Any varna, any ashram, this one is, if he has this, his name of the holy name of the Lord is on his lips, on his tongue, and the Lord is dancing. If he sings, indirectly say, if he chants the glories of the name of the Lord without offense, without full faith, that's the most important thing. You can be in any varna, in any ashram. So, you notice in the story of this part, this chapter, how Pitu Maharaj, when he was leaving, he had the darshan of the devotees. And who were the devotees? The four Kumaras. The four Kumaras. So to execute your devotional service, you have to be in association of devotees. It's so important. That's why those who can't come to the temple, they convert their own home as Vaikuntha, as a temple. So, they had darshan of the four Kumaras. What we learn here, why in that moment when Prithu Maharaj need to leave, he's leaving, then they had the association of devotees. Because you need blessing of the Lord, of the devotees. You need so much of a Vaishnava. So it's a duty of the devotees that to go and visit the Grihasthas and give them association. Grihastha ashram is compared to andakupam, a dark well. And not only a dry well, a dark well, that well is covered with grass. That you walk past, you won't even notice it. So the householder, you can say, householder, Grihastha or Griyameri, those Grihastha ashram is considered, it's andakupam. It's a dark, dry well. And then not only that, but the worst part of it is covered with grass that no one noticed. So the Vaishnava, those who are in a position who can go and give association to those devotees. And other way, you don't go in association of devotees or Grihastha who are leading their life as Griyamedis. You see the difference? You stay away from people or Grihastha who's attached to women's wealth and all of that. Only when he talk about material things, only how to make it happen in this world by accumulating wealth. And the Bhagavad Gita says, the materialists, they think in that way. They think, right, I have achieved so much today, and I will get more in the future. This is my enemy. That enemy I conquered already. This enemy I will conquer next. This is how the materialists, they think in that way. But those, I'll say that, give association to Grihastha. Go give association to it. That means some Grihastha maybe probably they don't need it. But myself, when I was in the temple, I stayed 10 years as a brahmachari. Yeah? I was in management. I sent everybody out. I say everybody out. Everybody out Sankirtan. Our Sankirtan was going door to door, house to house. That was proper Sankirtan. Not like tink, tink, tink. Prabhu, I'm going to visit you now. Get the thing ready. A check. And then that's it. I'll go to 2-3 people. I'm made by Sankirtan. He take the whole lot of book, the whole box. I'm done. I come and chill. And then, I got somewhere. Then. So I'm not saying devotees are doing that, but I'm saying it shouldn't be done in that way. You go in house to house preaching. So, the point I was making that you go to Sankirtan and you give association to the Vaishnavas. Then, there's one thing here. Devotees like feast. They like to eat. So Mahavishnu Maharaj, in this connection, he tells a story which really happened. He said, it's a custom, when you go visit somebody, you got to take something. I learned it from my mom. When I used to drive and go visiting, and she would say, pull over, stop. I said, no, I need to, how many children in the house? And how do you know? I would say, all right. Show me the sweet, show me this thing, some fruit. Everybody loves fruits. So take fruit. All right. Yeah, doctor says that, no? 1 apple a week keeps the doctor. So we say one mantra that keep you off all the trouble. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We believe in one mantras. So when you go visit, you come to the temple, you bring something, like that. Whatever, leaf, flower, whatever would you come, bring something. So give association. They went to visit one devotee. A group of devotees went to have prasad. When they went there, and then they had this bhajan, and after that, they had this sumptuous feast, amazing, mind-blowing thing, Right? Paneer was there, and then here you like gadra bean, he was there. So all the stuff was there. And then, of course, Maharaj would say cham was there, rasgulla. So all the stuff was nice, and they ate and they spent a good time there at the devotee house. That couple was a grihastha with one child, one boy, and they said, when they left, Prabhu, we are so satisfied. We're happy we came, but the prasad, Prabhu, amazing prasad, nice prasad. This Prabhu saying, Shukriya, devotee saying Shukriya Prabhu. Then a devotee say, no, this sab aapke, aapke kripa se, all by your mercy, and all by your mercy of your feet, and all the mercy of your shoes, Sab aapke juton ke kripa se. Juta means shoes. Sab aapke juton ke kripa se. He said, no, Prabhu, no, thank you. To receive it in that way. Then he said again, no, sab aapke juton ke kripa se, all by the mercy of your shoes. He said, the devotee is too humble. He's so humble. So they prepared, then they went outside to go home, and then all the shoes were gone, disappeared. All the shoes, no one had any shoes left. So they came inside the Prabhu. Can't find the shoes. Yes, the Prabhu, I so told you, thank you, and all the mercy of your shoes. Because when you came with a group like this, I didn't have money to make anything. So in the back door, I sent my son to the market and took all the shoes and sold it. So he sold all the shoes. The money that he got from the shoes, he bought a boga and came. And they make the feast with them. How's that? It's a good practice, isn't it? We are inconsiderate when you go to devotee's house, we expect big feasts. But sometimes we don't think that they may probably can't afford it. Is that true? It makes sense what I'm saying? The Mahavishnu Maharaj, he said, and this class was given just here in Unit 6. He was giving that class. That we can't be inconsiderate. We have to be very considerate about when you visit someone. We go to give them association and, not go and take it out from them. A Vaishnava, they don't do that. They always, and they must feel that you came to give them something, not to take something from them. So, next time they won't want you there. You're most welcome to my place. But I'm saying, those sometimes we're not so considerate what. All right, so there was another devotee. His name was Jadu Thakur. So Jadu Thakur, a great Vaishnava in Bengal. So he was poor. He was very humble. He came he considered that from niche jat, from low class. So it says that Krishna put in a situation. But the Lord saw your mercy, take everything from you, material from you, so that you can surrender more. Yeah. And then He gives you in another way, in a better way. He gives you something spiritual. Maybe He said the Lord said He's in every living entities. In every living entities. Imagine. The people cursing that God, what this happened to me? But God is so merciful. It's in every living entity. Even the worm in a stool, we don't want to touch. We look nice things. After some, dirt or something, no, I can't touch this thing. Imagine, the Lord is in there, the worm in the stool, as the super soul. So the Lord is so merciful in all living entities. So Jadu Thakur, he considered himself in a low class, and then he was so humble, he was so famous for his humility. But he was poor, he was very poor. So there's a devotee name, he was a great poet, he wrote books and poems. His name was Kalidas Pandit. So Kalidas Pandit, Chaitanya Chandra explained that that time there were about 500 Vaishnava already. Kalidas Pandit went to all of them, all their house. He visited all of them. He got mercy from all of them. But when he goes, he takes parcel. He was well off. And he was dressed in silk. He was well off. But he has this eagerness. He's like, his greed. There's greed you can use in Krishna's service. But you can't use envy. Okay. So you can use even lorium, the greed. He was so greedy for mercy. of the Vaishnava. It's never enough. So he visited, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, he visited all the Vaishnava, even 500 Vaishnava, he visited all of them. There was only one left, Jadu Thakur. He said, I have to go there. So when he went there, he took mangoes, He took mangoes and went. So he went there, and Jadu Thakur, he didn't have anything. He only had this mango brought to him. So when Kalidas Pandit came, Jadu Thakur gave the mango to his wife to cut it. Cut the slice and give it on a banana plate, banana leaf. So he brought, and he was talking, he was so merciful that, and he was so great, he was so blessed that he was in Jadu Thakur's house. He says, he came for mercy. It says there are three substances that make you make a quick advancement. Is, Dui Padajala and dust. Padajala, the dust of lotus feet of the Vaishnava. Jal, that washed, the water that used to wash the feet of the Vaishnava. And the third one is the remnants that left by the Vaishnava. So Jadu Thakur, Kalidas Pandit, had the mango. And the host, he was not eating, he was just serving, So when he ate everything, and he left the banana leaf, the mango peel and seed on the banana leaf. So then he was going. When he was leaving, the Jadu Thakur followed and walked with him. That's a very custom that, whenever Prabhu, I'm going now, okay, why? Close the door behind it. Right? How you go there, a dog bite you, I don't know, that's not my problem. So you open your gate, Prabhu, close the gate when you're done. So there's a custom that you go walk with them, because you want to associate every second, every minute of that Vaishnava. So he walked a distance with Kalidas Pandit, and he left him a distance, and he walked back. No, but before he left, then Jadu Thakur said, no, I hope I didn't offend you. But he offered water, and a place to sit, and we had mangoes. So there are things that, place to sit, some water, or just, if those who can't afford those things, at least a few nice words. So these are things that should be offered. A seat to sit down, water to drink. If you can't afford even those things, at least words of glorification that you should offer. That the interaction was there. So then then Kalidas Pandit said, no, I'm telling you that I'm grateful. I'm blessed to be here in association. He said, no, the only thing before I go, I want one thing. Take your foot and put it on my head. Take your foot and put it on my head. Then he blocked his ears. He said, no, you don't say that. How can I say? You are so elevated and this and that. I'm so fallen. So Kalidas concluded that he's not going to get the dust. So he's not going to get the dust of the feet. That's what he came for. Then when he walked, and then when Jadu Thakur walked back, then the footprint that Jadu Thakur left, Kalidas Pandit started rolling on that. That's how he got. You read Jadu Thakur on this pastime, it's beautiful. So, so these things that they're so important to, it's nice, these things I'm telling you, because Prithu Maharaj, before he left, he has the mercy of the Sarat Kumars, the 4 Kumars. They came to bless him. And they had, not that he is the Lord, the Lord doesn't need any. But like Sudama also, same thing. The water that washed Sudama's feet, Krishna in Dwarka, he put his water on his head. And he took the water and sprinkled on the Lakshmi's head. All the Lakshmis. And then they had this water sprinkled on the head. So the Lord gave an example of that how the mercy of the Vaishnava is so needed for one to make advancement in spiritual life. So he says, I was making some other point. Yes. So one who Prabhupada also mentioned that, not here, but he said about, coming back to one point of the brahmacharya, that our ISKCON society is structured in that way, that when one joins, he is trained and is educated. He is trained as a brahmachari. And he's educated. He has, apart from morning class, that's how it was before, there's a 2 o'clock class of the people who stay in the temple, and then to further educate them systematically, study one verse of Bhagavad Gita and finish it on daily. My situation when I was temple, the Prabhupada disciple was giving the class which was meant for the brahmacharya, brahmacharini, all the devotees who stayed in the temple. They were given this class in 2 o'clock. They give you a verse from the Gita that you should learn it the day before. When you come and sit down for the class, you should by heart it, the Sanskrit and the translation. So this Prabhu Asita, Prabhupada disciple, so he said, if you don't know this verse, don't come and sit in my class. And then he will say, he was French devotee, he will say, no prasad for you. No lunch. But there was lunch, but devotee were learning the verse. And come and sit. That one is trained as a brahmachari, and after that, at a later stage, you decide to change your ashram, and you reveal your mind to your guru, and the same you take a grihas ashram. So, for my situation, I have to give you this example of my own example, how my own experience, that when I decided to take, from brahmachari to grihas ashram, Maharaj told me, gave me 2 instructions. That what Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned here. He said, you do deity worship. And of course, he told me, you should move out of the temple. He said, don't make your problem temple's problem. He said, don't put so much of pressure on the temple that he can maintain. You need to maintain a grihastha. They are not in a position to maintain a grihastha. A grihastha should be self-sufficient. So you have to move out. Promise me 2 things, that you do deity worship and then you preach. Maharaj wanted to make him understand. In his class he mentioned after that the reason why a devotee should do deity worship, a grihastha especially they must do deity worship, and a sannyasi, why they must do deity worship? Because you are not the enjoyer. You are not the enjoyer. Krishna is. Because grihastha means the one, stri means the one who expands your sanskarification. Yeah? Stri. So, you want to take a grihastha ashram, that means you got room for sanskarification. Like that. Food is cooked, nice but I want, clothes is iron, all those things, like that. There are other things. So, grihastha. So, means there, when you are in a grihastha ashram, when you deity worship, when you go on the altar, you see Radha Krishna on the altar, you're dressing them, you must say, Radha, they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are Lakshmi Narayan. Prabhupada said, you worship Radha Krishna, but in a mood of Lakshmi Narayan. Radha Krishna, the coward boy, jumping, stealing his food and, playing, stealing his lunch, and they play those games and they climb on top of him. No. Prabhupada made it clear. We devotees, we worship Radha Krishna, but in a mood of Lakshmi Narayan. So here Radha Rani got a hand like that. No? Is it? Oh, he's like that. Who knows? How is Radharani's hand? Like that or like this? It's like this, right? You didn't notice. Okay. If it's like this, that means that's Radharani's mood. That means she is Radharani's mood now. You're lucky you are. The Radharani's mood, right? But she goes like this in some temples that are in the Lakshmi mood. Right? Different mood of like that. But when we worship Radha Krishna in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan, why? Because we don't have to become casual. Prabhupada say casual become casualties. Casual become casualties. When we are casual, become casualties. When a lady and a man go in the altar room, they are dressing the Radha Krishna, the deities, they will say, oh, you are Radha and I am Krishna. But no, it's not like that. You're dressing the deities, you are servant. You're not this body. You're not lady, you're not a man. Anyway, that's another topic itself. But because the man's body is Prakriti as well. Everything is Prakriti. Bhumi raponolo kam manmudi ankar. Bhumi is made, is earth. Bhumi is, this body also is considered female. Even if it's male body or female body, is Prakriti. So, Radha Krishna is a supreme enjoyer that we are serving that. So, Guru Maharaj wanted to make it clear with me that the enjoyer is to the Supreme Lord, not you, not the Grihastha who think they are in control, they think they can enjoy. You must not forget that. The second thing he told me about, preach, you study. Maharaj wanted to make sure that I read regularly. And you can't preach if you don't read Prabhupada's books. So you study the books and you preach. You like that. That's why the brahmachari in the beginning, they were trained, properly trained, that they know philosophy. When you go out and preach, they can answer questions. People got a lot of questions, a lot of questions. So, when they distribute books, first they're going to ask you, did you read this book? So what happened? You lie. You say, yes, I read it. I read the book. They distribute books today. Did you read it? Oh, what's the book about? It's just a donation. Give a donation. You want to avoid the topic to speak about the books you're giving. I had this situation when I'm distributing books. I want to convince a person to take a set of Bhagavatam or a set of Chaitamrita, CC or Bhagavatam. The person asked me, which one you read? Which book did you read Bhagavatam or did you read the CC? You want my opinion, because if I read it, he will ask me, okay, what is all about? What is... I said, I didn't finish Srimad Bhagavatam, but I almost finished the Chaitamrita. When I joined, I was more attached to Chaitanya Chaitamrita. I was more attached to that because I like that dealing with Vaishnavas. I like that exchange. The Chaitanya Chaitamrita is more about dealings with Vaishnavas. And that Bhagavatam is all about the Lord. And of course, the first few come to creation and the Lord, the supremacy of the Lord. And also there's some exchange, conversation. Often that one is only the conversation being repeated constantly. Like Maitreya Rishi is talking. He heard this conversation. Maitreya Uvacha, that verse. Maitreya, he was a great scholar, very learned. He was a jnani. He was not a Vaishnava. But he became a Vaishnava, a pure devotee. Just by hearing. There's Shruti and Smriti. The scriptures are categorized in two sections. Smriti and Shruti. One had been heard and one had been spoken. These are two types of. Okay? So, Maitreya Rishi, he spoke in this verse. He heard the conversation with Uddhava and Krishna. He got the whole scriptures, whole philosophy just by listening the conversation of Uddhava and Krishna. Amazing. So he said the scriptures one should study. So I said I read the CC. I almost finished. He said, okay, I'll take that. I'll take the set of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then I'm thinking, you know what, I want to kick myself. You know what, if I only read the Bhagavatam, probably he will take the both set, So it's like that. It's so important that we read. So I think we should stop. We stop this time? Opposite. So I'll take some comments or questions. Prabhu, ask something. Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thanks for the class. I just wanted to know, like, if a devotee, a Vaishnava leaves during the day or at night, does it make a difference?
Prabhu, question?
A Vaishnava who leaves his body any time of the day, does it make any difference? That you have to leave it in Brahma Muhurta or this?
Yes. So the yogi, okay, the question is whether it make a difference to leave the body day or night. It says, there were a lot of class in this topic. Not only that, he said, is it important that what devotees they said, one last word they said before they die? Is it important that one is initiated? If he's not initiated, he go back to Krishna. Is it important that one is a Brahman when he died? Or when he died, if he was not a Brahman, he died, doesn't get it. When you make a difference, if somebody is a Bhaktin who just joined, and if she died, what does she get? It's all related to the same thing. It didn't make a difference if somebody didn't say Krishna's name while dying, or didn't have the time to say Krishna's dying, is a sudden death with an accident or something. Satsarup Maharaj, he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was Maharaj, yes. He was it was not him, but it's a long time ago I heard that. But this devotee got stuck on a train track. And then that time, the devotee, the trainer coming, he didn't get time to think of Krishna. But he came out of the track eventually. But that moment, they didn't think of Krishna. If that person died, a devotee died at that moment, did he go to Krishna's planet? So Bhakti Maharaj made it clear that the most important thing in a Vaishnava's life is what you're doing presently. Yeah. What you're doing presently. How you've been leading your life. That's the most important thing, how you've been leading. Does it come to the consciousness, that statement that the class was, I mentioned a few points, that how you've been leading your life, that's the most important thing. You can't cheat the Lord. At the time of death, I'll say the name and I'll get it. But even, what's his name? He called the name Narayan, his son. Ajamil. We can't say just do like Ajamil and call the name we got. Some devotee failed to understand that Ajamil was leading his Vaishnava life perfectly. He was leading a life of perfect Vaishnava, Brahman born. He was leading his life perfectly. He only became crooked and became, when actually he had bad association. He made a wrong choice. But he was leading his life perfectly, because that's why in the Bhagavatam we're doing that part. We did the part recently in Bhakti Vaibhava. That how there was argument because I hope I'm answering. There was an argument with the Yamadutas and the Vishnudutas. He said, but this fellow, he was cheating people, he was robbing people, he was dishonest. He married a low-class woman, and he made children, and all. He'd been doing this, illegal dealings. So, we came to take him. The Vishnuduta said, no, you can't touch. He said the name of Narayan. The Prabhupada in the purport explained, that was not only things. His judgment was based on how he led his life. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked this question, is somebody who is a devotee? He said in Puri, when Sivananda Sen asked the question, who is a devotee of Krishna? Mahaprabhu said, the one who chants the name of Krishna even once is a devotee of Krishna. Once. The Sivananda Sen was not, some other devotee were not satisfied with the question that following year, because Bengal, every year devotee will go to Rath Yatra. Every year they will go to Rath Yatra. So Sivananda Sen asked the same question 3 years consecutively. Second year he asked the same question. Mahaprabhu said, first he said, he doesn't chant the name of Krishna once. You don't have to be devotee, not practicing beads. You don't have beads, you're not vegetarian even. But you chant the name of Krishna even once, you're a devotee of Krishna. Then second time he gave his answer without changing the first one. He said, I want to chant the name of Krishna all the time. Third time asked the same question. He said, I want to chant the name of Krishna all the time. And the one's presence make others chant the name of Krishna. He is a perfect devotee. You see, he didn't change his answer. But he said, chant the name once, chant the name all the time, and chant the name all the time, and make his presence make other chant the holy name. He is a perfect Vaishnava. So the consideration is that one must lead their life now is the time that we live the life, perfect life of a Vaishnava, without any pride. Do it in a humble state of mind. We recite that every day. Chinanapi Sunichana. Chant the name of humble state of mind, without expecting anything in return. Without expecting anything in return. You will get problem. You will get, there was a problem. Doesn't matter. You don't have to become head of the society. You don't have to become a Brahman or head pujari. You just be an honest Vaishnava. He said you be an honest brahmachari, honest Vaishnava. Brahmachari Prabhupada said, instead of being a dishonest grihastha, you better be a street sweeper, be an honest person, then pose yourself as a Brahman high class, but you're not behaving like a Brahman high class. Yeah? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.